Good morning from beautiful Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Sunday. It is our last day. We're actually getting ready to check out and get on the road back home. Very excited about the week. But as I said in my post, I wanted to talk about the top 10 things that I took away from this event. And I labeled this list a financial and investment advice, the best takeaways I had for financial and investment advice, because this was called the Freedom Summit. Here for 6 days in Mexico. But, after a few days, I think you'll see why I say and I call that. It's all connected. So let's look at number one on my list of what I think was not in necessarily order, but this is just one of the 10. This is number one, day one. So quintile the people in your life. And yes, I know I had to look that up as well. Quintile the people in your life. And definition of quintile is this: any of 5 equal groups into which a population can be divided accordingly to the distribution of values. Wow, think about that for a minute. This is going to really tie together over the next couple days. So any 5 equal groups into which a population can be divided according to the distribution of those values. So let's talk about like the 80-20 principle, right? The Pareto principle. That Pareto principle talks about 80% of your actions will bring a 20% result, or typically most of your reactions or most of your actions, the results come from 20% of your activity, not 100%. So the 80-20 principle. So now we're looking at people in your life, right? So number one for me is identifying the people in your life, put them in an 80-20. And the 20 you're thinking is kind of like your people, right? Well, then quintile is do it again. Do another 80-20 on only those 20. So think about that. Let's just say you have 100 people in your life, 100 friends. Most people have 200 to 300. But let's just say you have 100 for this argument. 100 people, you say, these are my top 20 people. These are the 80 people that are not the top 20 people, right? So the top 20 people are in your life. These are your people that are your homies, your sisters, your business partners, the people that you think about and care about the most. Now take that 20%, and I'm going to force you to identify another 20% out of that 20. So basically 16%, 4%. So now you have 100 people. You've whittled it down to 80-20. Maybe some energy robbers didn't make the 20%. Maybe it's family that never sees things your way, and really kind of poo-poos on your dreams and ideas, whatever it is. You got that 80-20 now, 80-20 it again. So now you got a 16%, 4%. That 4%, it's only 4 people out of 100 are your true inner circle, right? Those are your true people that have your back, that have your missions, visions, values, and dreams in alignment with you. And when you talk about your dreams, and it's okay to think huge, it's okay to think big. This guy talking to us, his son just had an 8-figure business, $1 billion company built in only 3 years. And he shared with me those visions and values of how they did that and what they focused on. And one of the number one things was who you surround yourself. You've heard the thing, show me who your friends are, I'll show you who you are. But what about if you took this to like the highest level, like it was a non-negotiable in your life, that you're going to focus on the 4% for your true inner circle. So every 100 people that you consider to be friends and family and people you love, only the 4%ers make that highest list, that inner circle. That was my takeaway from this particular thing. Now, we relate that to financial and business and all these things because they're interwoven. If you're out of alignment or out of integrity personally, there's no way you're going to succeed in business at a high level. Impossible. Vice versa. If you're absolutely balling in the business side, but you're out of integrity personally, and there's some things that's in your life that is not valuable to that, you're going to be out of alignment with that. But really focusing, if you could hear a little screaming, I'm right above the pool here still at the hotel. It's awesome, actually. It's a great backdrop with the ocean. But that's my number one for me. Tomorrow we're going to talk about number 2 that really weaves in very well with this. But try it. Try this exercise. 80-20, 80-20 again, so you get to 16, 4%. And then it's difficult to do. It's difficult to take people out of that 4% list, put them in the 16% list. It just doesn't feel right. We all want to have a lot of friends around us. But are these friends really advancing you to a higher spiritual, conscious, a business, a emotional, a health whatever that looks like, right? And here's the warning. It may be your family that is outside of this inner circle, and that sometimes can be a very challenging thing for us to deal with. But I really believe you're going to get some value out of the next 10 days. So every day, one a day, I'm going to drop this nugget of information and kind of a game plan for you to really look at how we focus this on 2020. For me, I'm laser focused on this. I really want to have this tie together. And it's not about just being big in business. By the way, it's okay to be big in business. Gene Frederick said it brilliantly. It's okay to have wild, audacious, big goals. Not everybody's going to understand them, right? I come from an entrepreneur background. My own father doesn't understand that. He thinks safety and security, that's just how he was brought up in that generation. And now with the Gary V's and the entrepreneur piece of it, it's okay to think that big. It's okay to think massive. It's okay to think $15,000 a month of income, $15,000 a week of income, $15,000 a minute of income. There are people doing it, and make no reservations about this. It's up to you of what you can do, and it's up to you of what you can impact others in this life with that kind of success. So get out of the small mindset. Focus on this 4% of who really is empowering you and not stealing your thunder, not poo-pooing on your ideas. You know who they are. They could be your seemingly biggest supporters, but when you talk about something new, they just put a wedge in there of doubt. And this doubt is my number one word for, actually it's belief, not doubt. It's the opposite. I focus on the positive, not the negative, right? But doubt is the challenge. Belief is the passion and positive version of that, my opinion. So I'm laser focused on belief this year. Belief in whatever it is. If it's a company, belief in that company. Learning it at the highest level to increase your belief. If it's belief in a brand, I'm with eXp Realty. I love that brand. It's not for everybody. My belief is a 10. If I'm talking to somebody that's a 2, there's no way to match that energy and belief. You have to let them be where they are. I'm okay with that. But when you look at business, I have massive goals for my business, and not everybody's going to share your enthusiasm and or share your dreams. And frankly, small-minded people are going to poo-poo on that. They're going to piss on those dreams to bring you down a notch. And if you let that happen, that is a challenge. So they are definitely not a 4%er. A 4%er is somebody that just says, hey, dude, I don't know what you're doing. I don't care, but you're going to rock it, right? I know, I have belief in you. I have faith in you. I understand that you're capable of this, okay? So that's number one for me from Mexico. Heading out today, actually just started getting unwound a couple days ago. So it was a little bit of a short trip, but it was a business trip. But appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day. I'll be back in the States tomorrow. And if you want to reach out to me, just reach out through social media, randybyrd.tv, whatever it is. Love to connect with you. Have a great day. Look for number 2 tomorrow. See you guys. Bye.